Okay, let me make something crystal clear. All I wanted was an apology. If anyone at that zoo had said the words, "I am sorry," if that zoo girl had said, I'm sorry for laughing in your face, I'm sorry for not treating the emergency with the gravitas that was required of me as a zoo employee, then I wouldn't be making this video. I would have completely forgotten about it because it would have been an accident. But this was not an accident. This was, because of the actions of the zoo people, this was an act of criminal negligence. Every time I tell people this story, they literally laugh in my face. Because what people don't understand is that I am a content creator. And so my phone is my livelihood. It would be like if somebody bombed my company headquarters and killed everybody inside and destroyed everything that was in there. And then I ran out screaming and saw that all the paramedics were laughing at me. And then they went over to the bomber and gave him a celery stick covered in peanut butter. The other day, my sister asked me if I wanted to go to the zoo, and I hate the zoo. She knows this, but I could make 90 minutes worth of videos talking about my sister, and I have. So if you need more, there's a lot of context here that you're not getting. So those are on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way. She asked me if I wanted to go to the zoo with her and Augustus Gloop, my nephew and her son. His name's not actually Augustus Gloop. That's just what I call him affectionately. And the only reason that I said yes was because there was a series of incidents that happened between us that put my sister in a position where she had two options. One was the nice option, and the other one was the mean option. And she picked the nice option. So thank you very much, sister. The only problem is that now she has me ball gagged and she's walking me around the sidewalk on a dog leash. She can make me do whatever she wants because she knows that at any point she could decide to do the mean option and ruin my entire life right as my career is about to explode. So yeah, that meant I had to go to the stupid zoo with her and Augustus. Augustus is paralyzed, and so that means that everybody gives him special treatment. We're walking around the zoo, and everybody is just, he can do whatever he wants. And I keep telling my sister he's going to grow up to be a spoiled brat because nobody wants to. Everybody's afraid of not being politically correct and correcting him and calling him out on his crap. He's a 12-year-old man. He needs to be told, he needs to understand how the world works, or he's going to end up being a brat. Not that it's not already too late. The zoo was awful. It is, I don't know why anybody would like the zoo. It is literally a internment camp for animals. And my sister, I was saying this to my sister, and my sister was like, well, actually, the animals are much happier here than they would be in the wild because the zoo people take good care of them. Apparently they don't. And I think that, honestly, somebody should look into those zoo people and what exactly they're doing over there because clearly this is the tip of the iceberg, and it is indicative of a serious problem. We get to the monkey enclosure, and already my spidey sense started tingling because it is literally a mesh thing. I could stick my hand through and get my hand bitten off by an ape. So I don't know what kind of zoo this was. It was probably one of my sister's hippy dippy zoos. There was one zoo girl standing to my right. I was standing here on my phone because I have work to do. I'm a content creator. So I was doing secretary work. You know, I have to name search myself and respond to people, and I have to protect my public image because I'm not big enough to have a publicist or anything like that. So I have to do all that work. So I'm on my phone. The zoo girl is smoking crack, and my Augustus Gloop has got a tube of Pringles that he is eating disgustingly. And I'm not being ableist or fat phobic. I have misophonia. So the sound of him eating the Pringles was making me want to punch him in the face. And nobody wants to tell him, there's a big sign that says no food in the monkey enclosure. And nobody had the nuts to tell this spoiled kid, you can't eat your Pringles in the monkey enclosure, you fat fuck! Sorry. I didn't mean to say that. There's nothing wrong with him. He's a wonderful boy. But and the zoo girl should have told him. But and I tell my sister, you need to tell Augustus Gloop to put his Pringles away because the monkeys are starting to come over. I don't know what kind of monkeys they were. I'm pretty sure the one that ended up being the offender was an orangutan, but I'm not exactly sure because I'm not a monkey scientist. I would have thought that there was one there, but apparently there wasn't. Augustus is eating the Pringles, and the monkeys are coming up to him, and they're very interested in the Pringles. And I'm starting to get a little scared because I know the things that monkeys can do. They can rip your head off. So I'm telling my sister, you need to tell him to put his Pringles away. And she doesn't. She's laughing and filming the monkeys, you know, and Augustus is going like, with the Pringles. And they think it's all cute. The zoo girl's laughing too. Now there's an audience because this is a big event now, this Pringles can. And the monkeys start getting closer and closer, and one of them sticks their hand through the hole in the fence. So I stepped in front of Augustus and his wheelchair, and I said, I was holding my phone in the air like this and pointing at him like this. I said, you need to put your Pringles away or you're going to be in serious trouble. And while I was doing that, I felt somebody grab my phone out of my hand. And I turned around and thought it was my sister because she likes to mess with me like that. So I said, give me my phone back. What'd you do with my phone? And she's laughing her ass off. So I'm thinking she's hid it somewhere. And I'm saying, where'd you hide my phone? Give me my phone back. If you accidentally press a button, I could get canceled and my career would be ruined. And she says, all she does is point behind me. And I turn around and there's a big fat orangutan holding my phone in its hand with his butthole soaked fingers. And I go over to the zoo girl and I say, excuse me, that monkey has my phone. Are you going to get off your ass and do something? Or are you just going to stand there? And she is laughing her ass off like it's the funniest thing she's ever seen. My sister's laughing, Augustus is laughing, and they started this inside joke throughout the day where they started calling me Squidward because I was depressed and I was being a negative about everything. So anything that I said, any concerns that I had, they immediately brushed it off and said, shut up, Squidward. And lo and behold, I just wanted somebody to take me seriously. But the zoo people are losers because they were bullied their entire lives. That's why they work at a zoo. So they see that they have a chance to bully someone else now because they're in a position of power. They all think they're Steve Irwin. You're not Steve Irwin, sweetie. You're a lesbian with acne. she's laughing, and I'm saying, get in there and tranquilize this mother fricker. I don't want to cuss because of the community guidelines. I want to try to get this video monetized because I lost a lot of money after this incident, content-wise, which I will explain later. She says, okay, we'll take care of it. She radios somebody, and then she walks off into a hut. And so now I have the Pringles can, and I'm trying to get the orangutan back over to get, I'm saying, here, boy, give me my phone. And my sister's videoing the whole thing, and so I tell her, stop videoing, because that is my property. And you are gonna, why don't you jump in the ape cage and then have him rip your head off, and then you can laugh about that, and I'll video that and send it. You'll finally be famous like you always wanted. So I see a zoo person go outside into the zoo enclosure, and he's got a big plastic thing, a beach ball, a beach toy or something, which really confuses me because the entire day I was seeing animals playing with plastic shit. And so I'm thinking, why am I bothering to recycle all this stuff? Clearly they love it. Maybe I should start throwing my plastic bottles in the ocean on purpose so they can play with it. But nevertheless, the zoo man is holding the toy and trying to distract the chimp, the orangutan, whatever, with the toy. And he doesn't care at all because now he's got my phone. And at this point, I am trying to explain to the zoo guy, I'm yelling through the thing. I'm saying that phone has at least 10 long-form pieces of video content on its hard drive that I have not backed up anywhere because my iCloud is full and there's no space left on it. And those videos are going to be monetized on my YouTube channel. I also have Patreon content on there. I have a whole month's worth of content on that phone. That is my rent for this month. That's my car payment. That's my health insurance. That's my utility bill. You get the picture. I'm trying to explain this to him, but he doesn't understand because he's a blue-collar worker who shovels ape shit for a living. So what the hell would he know about being successful? The toy clearly isn't working. And I'm saying, hey, bozo, you don't need a bachelor's degree in zoology to realize this ape doesn't give a shit about your stupid beach ball. Try something else. So he goes in and gets ape treats. I don't even know what it was. It looked like big pellets of shit. And that gets the monkey's attention because it's food and they're fat asses. That's all they care about. That's why they didn't evolve to become satirical content creators like me. I think that's another reason why monkeys really bother me, is because they're uncanny. They look almost like people, but they're just ugh. So the chimpanzee, the thing wanders over to the zoo man, and he's going for the food, and I'm trying to tell him, be careful, because there's a lake there that is with a rock bottom, and of course, just like I predicted, the monkey drops the phone, and the phone cracks open, and I'm just standing there, because now everybody's laughing harder. And it seems like the more upset I get, the more they think it's hilarious. I go over to the zoo girl and I say, okay, that just happened. So now what's going to happen now is you're going to take me to your leader, right? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Take me to your manager. I want to see your manager. So she will... I can see we were walking. We had to go 2 miles in the other direction to the headquarters, and And the whole time she's passing other zoo employees and giving them knowing looks like I'm well, I probably was the most famous person at the zoo at that time, but that like this, like they're all making fun of me. I know when people are making fun of me. I'm very good at being able to read facial expressions in social situations. So I know they're making fun of me. We get to the manager's office and I say, hello, there was an act of criminal negligence and it resulted in my company being destroyed. My phone. I'm a content creator and my phone, blah, 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 blah. I gave her the whole spiel. So I said, you're going to, number one, reimburse me for the amount, the price of the phone in full, which is $2,000. It wasn't when I bought it, it was used when I bought it, but don't tell them that. So $2,000 for the phone. Then you're going to reimburse me for the revenue, the projected revenue that YouTube content could have made me if it had been monetized and uploaded, which I calculated at $10,000. And she laughed at me again. And she said, sir, I'm very sorry about what happened, but we have a rule. No food in the monkey enclosure. No. She said it was my fault because I was taunting the ape. And I said, I was the only one who was there trying to I was working for the zoo. Apparently I was the only one because the zoo girl didn't care. Nobody else didn't care. My nephew was the one who was taunting the apes and I was trying to get him to stop. And if you had taken me seriously right when it happened, then it could have been prevented, but you didn't. So this is your fault because you don't have adequate safety measures in place. So I said, I have a YouTube account with 80,000 subscribers on it. If you do not give me $10,000, either in cash or check, or I have Venmo or Cash App, you're welcome to do that. I am going to upload a video explaining exactly what happened. I'm going to dox all of you people, and then I'm going to call. I have already DM'd many large news stations in the LA area, and once I'm finished with this video, I'm going to send it to them because I am going to make sure that that zoo becomes a parking lot with my mansion on top of it. When I'm done, all those animals are going to be running around in Griffith Park getting hit by a semi-truck on the 101. This could have been prevented. So I'm sorry that there aren't very many YouTube videos lately. It's because they were all destroyed by an ape. I'm just sick of people laughing at me. I'm sick of not being taken seriously. Nobody thinks that I have a real job. Nobody thinks that everybody thinks that social media is a joke. Nobody treats it with the respect that I deserve as an artist of my craft. Nobody cares. Everybody thinks that I'm just messing around. This is hard work. This is hard work. It's just as valid as any other job. So it's just a long addition to the list of how I've been screwed when all I try to do is do the right thing and help people. And that zoo, if anybody from the zoo is watching this, you will pay. The end.